I want to talk to psychologists and counsellors today around boundary setting when working with NDIS clients. So this might be choosing what clients to take on, how to effectively contract with the families and the clients or the participants, and how to make sure that you're just professional throughout the whole process. So it's different when you're in private practice. They come to your office and you've got a nice, neat little office and you have your hour session and you're usually counselling the individual, and it's nice and simple and pretty much under control. I mean, that's me simplifying it, but when you compare it to the NDIS, it is. Whereas now we've got people wanting you to come to a home visit, people wanting you to write reports, dealing with very complex family situations, and a lot of people having high expectations from you as a psychologist. And then you confuse therapy with behavioural support plans, and it can all be a bit of a mess. So the first thing I'd just say to you is you're not Superman or Superwoman, and you don't need to solve everyone's problems. You need to understand the NDIS, and you need to understand that it's a process. So if someone says, hey, I've got counselling funding or improved daily living funding, I want you to do a whole bunch of behavioural support things, such as I want you to train the staff, I want you to, work out what the issues are. They've got a number of complex diagnoses, and I've got a needy family member who's got needing emotional support, and maybe the siblings need counselling as well. And there's a suicide risk and a few other things thrown in the mix. And then they're going, we need you. There's no one else. Everyone has forsaken us. We've had a whole bunch of horrible providers. So your initial impression might be, all right, I need to work 20 hours a week with this family to get, the report done and keep everyone happy. You don't. You have to look at what the system is and what the next step is. Maybe they need a report from you to be able to get more funding, to be able to get behavioural support funding. That's what you do. So you interview some of the people in the network, you do a few home visits to get a sense of what's going on. You don't do any counselling. You just do an assessment so that they can do the report. Or you do some counselling, but you don't anticipate solving all of their problems so that you can just take them to the next step. You definitely don't do any behavioural support work. And then maybe in a year or 6 months' time, they might be in a new accommodation, or they might have behavioural support funding, they might have more support around them. Then you go, okay, well, now we'll do a behavioural support plan, if that's your way. Or you just stick to your lane and you actually do the counselling, the therapy, and you get someone else to do the behavioural support work. So this way you don't burn yourself out, and you stick in your lane, you don't get sued, or you don't get reported to the commission, or you don't get complicated relationships with people in the network. And this is how you do the most good as well. Now, if you're working on your own and you don't have peer supervision or peer support, it's also very difficult. This is why it's good to be part of an NDIS company where there's multiple psychologists or professionals who you have regular supervision with, both senior and junior people in the team, so that you can work in the NDIS in a sensible way. Anyway, so if you are interested in working in the NDIS or working in a team that has sort of good supports around you for professional supervision, both internal and external, type I'm interested in the comment section below, and I'm happy to have a conversation with you around the NDIS and also what my company is currently offering to you as a provisional psychologist or a counsellor or a behavioural supports practitioner. Thanks.